Hi, in this video I will address the four most common challenges that individuals with autism encounter, which have an impact on their overall quality of life. Autism Spectrum Disorder is a spectrum. That means it includes multiple symptoms and a diversity of challenges that vary in intensity and frequency from one individual to another. There is no one single common problem behavior or common deficit that can be identified as leading in individuals with autism and looks exactly the same for all the individuals on the spectrum. Therefore, there are four major common areas of functioning that impact the quality of life of individuals on the spectrum. Those are: first, social emotional reciprocity. That includes difficulties of engaging in a back and forth conversation. For example, a child with autism starts talking to peers about a new video game they played last night. However, as the child talks, the child does not notice the subtle cues that the peer are showing for a change to contribute or share their own stories. The child with autism continues speaking, not allowing for a natural back and forth exchange. Difficulty of sharing interests with others. For example, a child with ASD sees other kids playing with cars. The child decides to join them, but immediately starts explaining interesting historical details about cars without determining the peer's level of interest. The inability of the child to resonate with other peers' interests prevent the child with autism from connecting with other kids. Difficulties in expressing understanding emotions. For example, a child with autism falls and scrapes their knee while playing tag. The child is in pain and is on the verge of tears. Yet the child's face and expressions remain relatively neutral. The friends, not realizing the extent of the child's discomfort, continue playing. The child's limited abilities to convey their emotions through facial expressions make it challenging for others to understand when the child is upset or hurt. Second area of functioning that impacts an individual with autism quality of life is the difficulties in nonverbal communication used for social interactions such as abnormal eye contact and body language. For example, a child with autism is talking to a peer or adult. During the conversation, the child avoids eye contact by looking at the wall or ceiling. Difficulties with understanding the use of nonverbal communication like facial expressions or gesture for communication. For example, a child with autism had a fun day with their grandparents at the zoo. When the parents asked the child about the trip to the zoo, the child describes what he saw and did, but with a monotone tone, with no excitement or any changed expression. Third area of functioning that impacts an individual with autism quality of life is the deficit in developing and maintaining relationships with other people other than with caregivers. For example, during lunch breaks and recess, the child tends to isolate themselves from the peers. The child often sits alone at a corner table, counting objects or organizing the toys. When the child is approached by the classmates, the child does not make eye contact, rarely responds, or stays focused on his current activity. difficulty responding to different social contexts, and difficulties in sharing imaginative play with others. For example, when the children gather around to play a game of cooking and serving dinner, the child with autism becomes visibly uncomfortable. The child does not understand the unspoken rules of the game, such as taking turns and being aware of personal space. The child stays apart from the group, seemingly disinterested, and when encouraged to join the game, the child does not follow the imaginative play. Fourth and last area of functioning that impacts an individual without his quality of life is the restricted and repetitive behaviors or interests. For example, the child has a strong fascination on lining up objects. Every day when the child is coming home from school, the child immediately begins collecting toys, books, and even household items like shoes and aligns them in a specific order. The child arranges them meticulously in a perfectly straight line across the living room floor, taking great care to ensure they are evenly spaced and facing the same direction. If anyone accidentally disturbs the line, the child becomes visibly distressed and agitated. This behavior continues for hours, and it's challenging for the child's parents to redirect the child's attention to other activities. The severity and manifestation of these difficulties can vary widely among individuals with autism. Some individuals may excel in certain areas, such as memory or technical skills, while still facing challenges in social communication. It is important to look at each person in an individualized manner. I hope this video provided you with important information about the four most common challenges that individuals with autism face and their impact on their quality of life. If you have any questions, make sure to type them in the comments below and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.